Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind?
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your mind?
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
Tell me, what's on your mind?
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind? Hey,
tell me, oh, tell me. Tell me, oh, tell me. Tell me, oh, tell me. Tell me, oh, tell me.
What's your talking say? You ready to go, Jen?
Yes.
You was cutting up on that one, girl.
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
what's on your mind?
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your mind?
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
Tell me, what's on your mind?
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind? Hey,
You know you love me. Hey, gatekeepers, welcome back. I hope everybody's had a great weekend. Mine was pretty good. I'm just very tired. I saw today's show. I think it was just a lot of continuation of what we've had. So therefore, I couldn't put too much into it. I can't do no more. If they don't give me more to work with, I can't be trying to create it for y'all. What am I supposed to be, a clown? Am I here to amuse you? Now, y'all got to you got to give me something to work with so I can come over here and have something to work with for the people. I'm sorry. That's just how I felt. It's not that it wasn't a good episode, but it was just more of the same thing. If I have to see Hayley dropping them drops off into the same old glass with them same big diamond rings on in that tacky living room, I'm just tired. And Bill sitting up drinking the drink like he's sipping on Kool-Aid or something. Can't do it. But anyway, welcome back. I am Miss Jen, your gatekeeper in chief, and here we like to talk about Beyond the Gates as if it is real, even though we know that it is not. So come on, be a gatekeeper with us if you like to talk about the gates. We don't care who you favor. I don't care if you a catinator. I don't care if you a believer, meaning that you like Eva. I don't care if you like Ted, Bill, Nicole. You don't like Nicole. You like Dani. You don't like Dani. Over here, it doesn't matter. You can come over here and support your people, root for your people. Now, that don't mean ain't nobody going to say something to you down in the comments. But so what? You can say something about who they like. Ain't nobody care. If you haven't been around here on Friday nights, then you know that on Friday nights we like to argue. And we turn on our capital letters and we just holler at each other all night about the point that we're trying to make Annie is. Now, Friday night, this past Friday, the fellas held it down. I had a chance to chat with E-Daddy and with VAR, and we had a good conversation that we had. I know Miss Lil wasn't feeling good. We hope that you are feeling better today. We did miss you over here on Friday, so we're sending you well wishes and wish that you are feeling much better today, Miss Lil, and that you'll be back with us soon. Now, gatekeepers, we got plenty to discuss, I guess, today because Bill got out the hospital. Hayley back up to her same foolishness. Dani family worried about her and her running after Bill and carrying on. And I'm like, child, I don't know why we wasting our time talking to Dani because Dani gonna do what Dani want to do. Dani gonna do what Dani want to do. Dani done told y'all that. Bill is not my husband, but he's still the father of my children. So that's why you gotta be to see them tell y'all something. This the very thing mess up people dating them. Don't want to date nobody got a baby mama and a baby daddy. Cause y'all won't leave them alone. Y'all still act like they still yours. You still act like you got a right to the front seat. You act like you got something to say about something. I mean, is y'all broke up or is y'all broke up? And Dani, girl, your children is grown, girl, and you still acting like they, you got kids in kindergarten or something. Like you just had these children. But girl, okay, but you go ahead. You keep pretending you don't got no feelings for Bill because we don't believe you, girl. We don't believe you, and we don't believe in the Easter Bunny over here. We do not. At least I don't. All right. Let's take a look at who's down. Well, I'm sorry. Let's first say hello to the mods and to the rest of the gang. Hey, mod squad. I hope y'all doing pretty good. I see today of my modders, we got Linda and Belinda Hill. I hope I haven't missed anybody else, but I think those are the two that I saw pop up that went past me there. So thank you guys for being over here and holding it down for me today. We're going to see who else is down here typing in the comment.
Who's that typing in the comments?
Well, I'll tell you who's typing in the comments. Hold on a minute. Calm down. I'm trying to pull up something else too, so I have these comments ready too. All right, now, who's typing in the comments? Well, first of all, we have Miss Coretta JV5. And she says, good evening, Miss Jen. How are you? Good evening. Let me turn my light up. Good evening, gatekeepers, and happy Monday. I hope everybody had a great day. Thank you so much. My day was all right. Did some shopping. Took a friend shopping. Belinda Hill says, good evening, Miss Jen and Tony Lynn, Elaine T, Gatekeepers, Mod Squad. A happy Monday. And of course, I hit the like button on the way in because she's the officer of the doggone button. And Tony Lynn, wherever you are out there, we hope that you and your family are good. You know, we miss you and we worried about you. I hope everything is okay. Belinda says to also remember to hit that like button on your way in. Myrtle Tister's in the house and says, hello, Miss Jen, Gatekeepers, and to the mods. Hello to you too. Coretta JV5 says, hey, Belinda. Linda Bias Barnett says, good evening, greetings and salutations, gatekeepers. And hey, Tony Lynn and mods. And let's see, we were able to take some me time. Oh, you was able to take some me time the rest of the weekend. Oh, what was I? Let me be honest, I don't remember. I took my mama out. What was that? Saturday or was it Sunday? Yeah, me and my mom went for a ride yesterday. Went out, went somewhere out and took her to a store, and we went. And she shopped around, got her outfit and all that kind of stuff. Stopped and got some ice cream and just chilled, and then came on back home. But it was a nice little couple-hour outing, for her yesterday. Let's see. Jasmine says, hey, everybody, no pity for Dani. She knows exactly the water she's swimming in. Yep, she know that water murky. And you know when the water dirty not to get in there. So if you get in there, girl, that's on you. Keisha says, good evening, everyone. Hey, Keisha. And Belinda says, hey, Miss Lil. Miss Lil, pray you are feeling better. We miss and love you, Belinda says. And that's ditto for everybody around here. All right, you guys. Well, with that, I'm going to also take a look at our replay game comment of the day. The replay game comment spotlight. Oh, yeah. Well, Miss Jazzy Portis one says, I would love for Bill to not approach Hayley because she will talk her way out of it. Instead, I'd rather Bill get someone to do a deep background check on Randy and Hayley and have them to record their conversation from afar. Then Bill devises a plan against them. That sounds like a good plan, but Bill's stuck on stupid. Now, E. Shantae says, I like the teddy bear confession segment. You should bring that back. Mine that I still have is a white teddy bear from my ex in a garage that I received for Valentine's Day one year. Nicole, and then she goes on to say, Nicole also had a moment with the broken plate on Thursday. Yes. She did. She most certainly did. All right. Well, thank you guys from the replay game for giving your commenting, and we always look forward to doing a highlight for you guys. And when I got time, and don't forget, because a mind is a terrible thing to waste. They tell me. Linda says she prays you feel better, Miss Lil. So we hope that she's feeling better. Well, today's discussion, and that's what it is for me, because I ain't feeling like going through all about this. I'm sorry, I did not. First of all, y'all know Dani and Hayley had to go at it again. What do y'all think about fighting over a man? Is it okay to fight over a man that's not yours on any level? Are y'all for that? Are we voting for that this year? Hold on, I'm cold. I gotta put my little robe on, child. This air over my head is a little cool. How do we feel about Hey Lily and Flora and she is Kelly S? How do we feel about fighting and Keisha? How do we feel about fighting over a man that's not ours? Is it dignified now? Are we for or against it? Because Dani, girl, even though Hayley don't want Bill is still hers legally and on paper, ma'am, and he's no longer yours. So I think she right. You got to bag up, ma'am. I mean, you keep using excuses that Bill is the father of my children. Bill is the father of your grown children. You ain't got no childs, none of them are children. You ain't got no child. You do have some children, but you ain't got no child. Your babies is grown, married, about to be married, running businesses, educated. They don't need you. Girl, you need to find you something else. I love this dress Dani had on. I thought her and Hayley both looked nice today, but I love this dress that Dani had on. It was really cute. But anyway, I think that the family has reason to worry about that. I think I'm gonna discuss these pictures as I pull them up. But anyway, I think that the family has reason to worry about her. But her and Dani going back and forth with each other, girl, Hey, Miss Lil. Miss Lil says, thank you, Belinda, and all the gatekeepers. She feels better. Oh, we're glad to hear you're feeling better. Because we noticed right away that you were not here. And so we wanted to know how you were. So we're glad to hear that you're doing better. But yeah, no, I think that Dani and Hayley going at it is a sad thing for me to watch because, Dani, girl, sidebar. Bill left you, girl, for this woman. Hoppo, he left you for this woman. Okay? This squeaky right here, girl. This Hoppo, you said this here, you joint. That's who she is right here. So I do not understand why you in here arguing and tussling with this girl that took your man for. I don't understand it, girl. I do not. I would never. You should never. Now, the doctor also comes and tells Bill, good news, we're going to let you out the hospital. Now, I don't know how y'all letting Bill out the hospital seeing that y'all don't know what's wrong with him and he done fell down with a whole cardiac arrest and y'all ain't got to the bottom of nothing. I know he in there pushing it. You know what, sidebar? I do love the color of this suit that she's wearing. It's not yellow. It's kind of a citron, but not really. But that's a beautiful suit. That's a beautiful color. But anyway, they done come in and told Bill that he can go home. And she's like, I really want to get to the bottom of what's going on. Like, it's just driving me crazy that I can't figure it out because there's nothing that we can diagnose you with. That's the problem. Y'all ain't doing enough blood tests. Y'all need to be running a blood test, and then you need to run a blood test on that blood test, and then you need to split that blood test and run a blood test on that. Then you need to do a microcarbonism, whatever that is, and then you need to, after you do that, you need to do a deeper dive or some girl, because y'all ain't finding nothing. Y'all ain't finding nothing. But anyway, they let Bill go home. So he was over the moon over that. Bill was excited to be going home. Now, over at Uptown, somebody's still calling and breathing on the phone. I'd have just let them breathe. You got to let the people breathe. If somebody want to call and breathe, baby, breathe. Maybe you struggling. I don't know. But you ain't going to get me excited. I'm going to put the phone down and let you breathe. I'll come back when you through. Child. And just hang up and say you finished. You feel better? Okay. But Kat said she done had enough of that. She noted it. But Chelsea was like, I know that's her. It's her. I know it's Allison. I'm like, girl, it may be Allison. And then again, you done so much stuff. You have done so many things and so much stuff, girl, that could be Allison and it could not. I mean, we don't know. Now, over at the grandparents, which now all we do is see them sitting in their house doing nothing. That's what they have been downsized to, sitting around talking about the grandchildren. But anyway, they over there at the house talking about wanting to get together and have a little party for Naomi and blah, 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 blah. Or is it for Chelsea? Is this for Chelsea or no? I don't forget. See, I think it's for Naomi because they said she had already had some, so she should be good. Was this Naomi? But anyway, they're going to plan a party. Whatever. Now, over at the precinct, Malone and Jacob is kind of going back and forth with one another. And I'm like, ooh, why y'all don't like each other better? Y'all both popos. You supposed to be out here to protect and serve each other and the public. What is y'all doing? But they just, they don't really like each other. No, no. So they quipping back and forth a little bit. And then Leslie walks in. I wanted to talk to Officer Malone. And he was like, all right. And she was like, and this grown people business, because he tried to get in their business. She was like, this grown people business. You ain't got nothing to do with this. You ain't old enough to talk. You don't need to be talking. You could be quiet. Ain't nobody talking to you. And I'm like, tell him, because ain't nobody talking to you. I think she called you a little name. She called you something had to do with you was short or something, or young or something. I don't forget. But you know that's how Leslie do. Leslie gonna get you ready and get you together. Now, I don't know. I don't remember what this conversation was about with Dani and her mother, but were they talking about her becoming a part of the firm? Or were they talking about what's going on with Hayley? Because it seems that I do remember that there was a conversation that happened with Hayley and how we just don't understand what it is that she's doing. But girl, you need to stay out of these folk business. I'm with everybody else. If Bill get taken advantage of, that's on Bill. What you gonna do? Save the day and then do what? What you want a cookie? You get a prize if you save his life. You gonna need to run over there and check on him every day after that, because girl, it's gonna always be something with these men like Bill, these needy men, child. Not that men are, I'm not saying all men are needy. I'm just saying when you get yourself a needy man, you done got yourself some. Okay. And Bill is one of them men that just need all the time. Now, Chelsea, if you all remember something else that Naomi and her mother talked about, let me know, put it in the chat, because I missed that part. I ain't gonna lie. Jacob and Kat have more chemistry. Okay. Let me see some of these comments y'all got. Let me go up here because I'm not really doing a full review like that today. So I'm gonna cover these comments. Okay. Miss Lil says that she's feeling better. We got that. It is never an option to fight over a man, yours or not. Point blank. Yeah, girl, I'm not about to do it. And you better not put your hands on me about one, because you put your hands on me, I'm putting my hands on him, because it's his fault that I'm getting hands put on me. Well, somebody in my family gonna put their hands on him, because you shouldn't be having nobody putting their hands on me about you. Ain't no man worth fighting for. Not none, not nam, not none. I'm sorry. Don't do it. I'm not fighting over any man, period. Technically, Bill is not Hayley's man either. Hayley is not a real man. You know what she is, Kelly? Yes. You ain't lying. He don't even know his real wife name is Val or Valerie or Valori or something. Dani looks like a whole fool. She do. She look cute, but she look a whole fool. She look real pretty, but she looks a whole fool in what she doing. She does. Over here windmilling with this girl after she done stole your man from right up at your house. You let this nappy-head gal in your house. See what happened? See what happened? Now, Dani looked like yesterday's fool to keep going back and forth with Hayley about Bill. Living a good life. Ain't going back and forth with you. Can't do it. Somebody says, hello, Miss Lil. I'm glad you're feeling better. Take it easy and get plenty of rest. That's from Coretta JV5. Aubrey James says, what up, girl? Dani looking crazy in Bill's office, and is. Linda says, Malone and Jacob have really been salty with each other for a while. From hello. Aubrey says, Jacob and Kat have more chemistry than Kat has with than he has with his own wife. They might have been a better match. And if you and I don't know if I said this on here, but if you see any clips of, because I've not seen the show with her in it, but I've seen those clips of June in Beauty and Black. Y'all messed up. Y'all should have made her the Impaler. June as the Impaler would have been something to see. That's for real. Leslie dismissed Jacob like a nosy twin. She did. She was like, little boy, be gone. Because this is the grown people over here talking. Please move on. Ain't nobody talking to you. Back in the day, someone would call me and breathe. I would blow a whistle in the phone. That stopped that nonsense. No more calls. Yeah, see, I'm incorrigible. You call me breathing hard, I might start breathing hard too. You all right? You want me to call 911? Do you need some milk? Do you need some milk? Why they... I ain't the one you want to play with like that. You be done lost all your... But you be done hyperventilating messing with me. I'm ready for Jacob and Kat thing. What? Jasmine. No, I keep telling y'all I don't want that for Kat. I do not. This is not who Cat is. Please don't do it to her. Not nappy head. Well, that's what they said in The Color Purple. You gonna let this nappy head girl sit up here on your porch and talk to you like that? I let Leslie Malone's cheesecake bake it. Now why it's got to be cheesecake? Cause the milk is curdled. Y'all need to be ashamed. Bobble-headed Hayley irks my last nerve. I can't even stand the sound of her annoying voice, Coretta says. June is a bad mama jamma. She is. I want the drama for us. Girl, that would be some drama, all right. Because ain't nobody be talking to anybody. The family be all split up. Ooh, it would be terrible. Now, Leslie went in there and she was talking to Malone about, I came because I saw the errors of my way. And I was thinking, what is we doing? You know what, sidebar? Ever since y'all started giving men money, not everybody, I'm just saying, let me say somewhere. Ever since some of these women done start giving men money and let them sit on the couch and play the game all day, and you trying to run things while he being the house mama, while you out there being the dad of the house, child, things have just changed too much for me. It's done changed too much for me. They over here expecting weak allowances like we was when we was kids. Did any of y'all ever systematically get your week allowance? Because I did not. Ours came and went all the time. I think because my mama was from down south, she just couldn't get with the program. You just did what you were supposed to do. You just did the dishes. You took out the trash. You were supposed to get paid for it. They bought us a lot of stuff anyway because, we ain't want it for a thing around there, okay? I shopped as a teenager. I was shopping in all the finery stores. Okay, so I'm just saying I ain't missing nothing. But I'm just saying it would have been nice to have that week allowance come weekly. But we got like a monthly allowance. But like I said, we traveled all the time, went and did things. This, that, the fifth. I ain't need that. If I needed something, I know where to get it and go to my dad. Tell him I want something. Dad, I need that. So I'm just saying. But did any of y'all systematically get your week allowance? That's all I'm trying to figure out over here. But anyway, Leslie over here begging Malone's pardon, and I feel like I shouldn't have, blah, blah, and we gonna get together. So you just came over there and throwing the cake mixture at him. That's what you doing. Leslie, in effect, that's all you did. You came in here and you was throwing powder all over the precinct. Come in, let me talk to you. Come on, follow me, sailor. That's what you did, girl. That's what you did. We seen you. We heard you. We know. Well, anyway, Bill gets ready to go home and, sidebar. Isn't it funny how they done beefed up Ashley? Ashley is talking that stuff. Now, Ashley is putting people in their place. What happened to the mousy Ashley that we had? I know we didn't need it, but y'all see they done unmoused Ashley. Ashley ain't no Mickey Mouse no more. She ain't no Minnie Mouse no more. Not Ashley. Ashley is not to be played with, nurses who she is. Now, she nurse not to be played with up in there because she going to get you together. She was like, hey, don't come in that pitch and that woo. And they was like, we ain't in there doing nothing. I just kissed him on the cheek. Calm down. She was like, that's all right. But here go your information to go home. And I will hope that you would follow it. If you can, Hayley. She was like, as if you want a dead son-in-law, Miss Hayley, then you best keep on advising Bill the way you do. Girl, if you want a dead husband, Miss Hayley, then you best keep on advising him the way you do. She done let you know while you in your half-naked outfit down to the hospital. Girl, we see almost everything. Don't bend over and pick up nothing. I'm just saying. But anyway, Hayley was looking at them instructions like, I ain't about to follow none of this, child. In fact, tell me what to do so I know what to do. Tell me what not to do so I know what to do. Because that's what I'm going to do. She don't care nothing about Bill. I know you glad to get out of here, Bill. I mean, my God. They in here acting like you don't know what you're doing and you the man, Bill. I mean, this what I'm don't be need nobody to be big up in you. You better learn how to do that for yourself. Then you be acting up in a situation like Bill. Bill needs somebody to tell him he the only one so bad that you about to lose your life, sir. I'm just saying. But she was glad to get him out of there. She couldn't get him out of there fast enough, and they're helping him smooth that suit down. Come on, baby. Again, I think Nicole might have been talking about Tomas and how he was acting and her maybe joining the firm and this and blah blah blah. Didn't really care. If I missed something important, let me know. Now, meanwhile, Anita's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go on and plan this party for Nicole." And then they got to talk about Dani too a little bit because Dani been out of order. Dani been way out of order. We all know it. Now the girls got down to the hospital and learned that Bill was gonna be going home because Ashley could not wait to tell it. Oh, girl, they want to go home, girl. Oh, Charlie, better. And Shanice, girl, I done told you better get back out here and man your desk because Ashley about to take over your job. And I got a feeling Ashley gonna be interested when they get through zhuzhing up this character some. Because she's a good actress. She's a good actress. And she's such a sweetheart. So that's another person y'all better not say nothing about is Ashley. I'm gonna put her on this my girl now. Y'all better not say nothing about Ashley unless you want that business. Okay. But anyway, Ashley was like, yeah, they letting your daddy go home, girl. And Ashley, Hayley seemed real glad. Y'all better watch out for your dad. I'm giving the instructions, child, just so y'all know. And then after Kat went on, Chelsea was like, I think Allison been calling me on the phone. Girl, pick up the phone. Don't pick up the phone. Call your police officer, son, cousin, or whatever he is to you, brother-in-law. Call your police officer, brother-in-law, and stop worrying us with it, okay? Now, Jacob gets on the phone and he calls Naomi. He was like, yeah, so we're going to hook up later. I know your grandparents want us to come, but we're going to do our own thing. They do their thing. We're going to do our thing. You know what our thing. When we do our thing, how we going to do our thing. She was like, I heard that. He was like, say less. Hayley finally gets Bill home. She's like, baby, I'm going to make you a drink. He's like, do you think that's wise? Should I be having... No, Bill, let me tell you something. Do you think that's wise? Do you think you ought to be having a drink when you just got home from the hospital and they don't know what's wrong with you? And you know that alcohol affects many, 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 many things. And just because you got that pacemaker don't mean you're not on... I can't imagine that you're not on some kind of medication on top of that. Can you mix liquor with it? See, that's what you pick up and call a pharmacy for. They are the doctors of the medication. You need to call them and say, hey, excuse me, hey, I'm on Fapalabadol, and I need to know, can I take alcohol with Fapalabadol? And if I can't take that with Fapalabadol, tell me what else I ain't supposed to do with Fapalabadol. That's what you were supposed to do. And then you were supposed to call somebody else and say, hey, I got this pacemaker. Can I do this? But you ain't doing none of that, so just go ahead on. So that's why Hayley, as soon as you was out the room to go change your clothes, took all them diamond rings she got and started dropping a whole dropper and a half or two or three and put them down in your drink. Because she ready for you to get up out of here. Why they not finding? Because she's not going to order no autopsy. She was like, we don't need that. She don't know we don't need that. I just need to lay him away. I don't want to put Bill through all that. But yeah, she and him mixing up this drink like she and him mixing up the best pound cake in the world. Girl, you in here cooking like this pound cake gonna have a good crust on it and everything the way you in here preparing this drink, child. Let me make a good one. Them ice. You trying to put some of that ice on it when it dry up, it get a little, how it dry up. Not the ones that stay wet, but the ones that form a little crust to it. You acting like you in here about to tear down Jack on this pound cake, baby. But you just in here dropping drinks, you dropping drops or whatever. Now Malone and Leslie, they done got over to the motel. What you gonna do today? Now hold on, let me catch up with you all's comments before I go any further. Peggy says, hey, just made it in, Miss Jenny Moss. Hey, Miss Peggy. Let's see. They're speaking to Peggy. I like how Ashley's character is evolving. I do too. We have, as Linda said, Ashley 2.0. It needed to evolve because she had no depth at all. There was nothing to her except crime. I mean, listen, the very first day we met Ashley. On the very first day we met Ashley, her boyfriend was packing her lunch and driving her to school like she was in kindergarten. And her mama and Leslie and everybody came by the job like somebody would do at kindergarten. So yes, I'm glad they done more with this character because it was excruciating. And then don't touch my refrigerator gate. Refrigerator gate took me out. The most grown up thing they was letting you do, girl, is pitch woo and do laundry with that Tide detergent. I don't even know if we ever seen you. They trust you with the Febreze spread. So I'm glad they have grown up your character, girl, because you needed it. You did. She is Kelly S says, I didn't have to do chores as a kid. I was the baby. Oh, girl, look at you. I'm the knee baby, but I'm really the baby. Cause like I said, my brother don't really know how to be the baby. So I just gonna do that for him because he don't know how to do it. He ain't no good. He ain't no good. He the baby. He too doggone independent. You know, I'm that, but I know how to be the baby. Belinda reminds you to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell and hit the like button for us. Okay. Linda says, Bill, stay with Scaly so you can fall out again. Okay, he is gonna fall out. Has Bill seen Hayley talking to Randy Sammy yet? I don't think that's happening till Thursday. We'll take a look. But for some reason, I don't think that's happening till toward the end of the week. And I needed to hurry up and happen. Even though they're gonna write it's gonna irritate us. I don't know why we're looking forward to. You know they're gonna make an excuse. You know they're gonna get on our nerve because they intend to draw this out. What year is this? 2026, 2028, 29. They intend for this going for a couple more years. Linda says, Kelly, yes, not yet. Bill got out of the hospital. However, that's supposed to happen this week. Now, Coretta says, next bobblehead Hayley will be picking out a suit for Bill's homegoing. She don't care what he wear because I think she's going to cremate him if she get a chance because she don't want no more testing things run. She's planning on some slow singing and flower bring. And I don't know how these kids getting upset so much because the next of kin is your mate. That's why, let me tell y'all something. That's why staying separated from husbands and wives ain't a good idea because they really are your next of kin, baby. If y'all still married on that paper, they could come in and put everybody out of the hospital. They may well divorce you folks. You know what you're hanging on for. Let me get back to these pictures. Now, Malone and Leslie sit down and she's like, I don't want to mess up a good thing and I want to apologize. And he was like, no, I'm a grown man, baby. You got to apologize better than that. You know what you remind me of? You remind me of in Sparkle when that man told Baby Doll to crawl across the floor. Why Leslie got to crawl to you? Why she can't run to you? Why she got to crawl? That's what it was giving crawling to me. I mean, this girl, let me tell you something. I ain't seen him do this much apologizing for not showing up for Eva. I ain't seen him do this much apologizing for leaving you hanging. I ain't seen him do this much apologizing for you had to call and tell him you want to be asked out on a proper date, treat you like a lady. None of that. But you got to give the perfect storm of an apology. Leslie, I'm going to tell you something, girl. I hate to tell you this, but you are a beautiful fool. You are a beautiful woman and a fool. You are, girl. You desperate, girl. You are, girl. Your self-esteem is in the toilet, girl. And you turned around and baked cakes up in here with this man, girl. No, girl, no. But maybe I heard the conversation wrong. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me listen right quick. Let me see if I got it wrong. Because I don't want to put too much on. I might be putting 5 on 10. Child. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Let me see. Section 106 and 107 and 109. I claim. Hold on. Be quiet. Stop talking, thing. We claim the Fair Act use of 1976. I do not claim to own anything here. We're using it for purposes of learning, illustration, and for commentary. Who owns this is the people over there. It is not us. We do not claim to own it. I do not claim to own it. I'm not intending to play anything. If they happen to hear anything, that's by chance, but I'm just looking at something for myself so that I can explain it to them. So it is not my intent to play a thing over here. Fair Act use, Fair Act use, Fair Act use. Now I told you. Now let me find what they're talking in this room. Because I know you told them to follow you over there to the room. I want to see what happened. Wait, what happened with it's Jacob on the phone hauling everybody business? Oh, and then Kat came to the precinct. Hold on. There's something else I wanted to see. So give me a second. Let's see. Okay, now she done got through putting the drops down in the water. Let me put the picture back up. Now you got Kat over here at the precinct. One thing Hayley can do is put them drops down in her bosoms, can't she? Okay, so Cat is like, Jacob, you busy? And he said, is this about police work or something else? He said, what's going on? She said, today is the 1 year anniversary of that fool still in Chelsea. And she been getting weird calls all day. He said, what kind of calls? He said, she won't answer. She'll answer and the person is just breathing on the other end of the phone. They ain't even saying nothing. And then they hang up. And they're calling from an unknown number. And Chelsea thinks it's you know who. He goes, Allison? She's like, yeah, I mean, I tried to talk her down. But if I'm being honest, I had the same suspicion. He says, and then this was somebody who do all the rules gonna say. Allison is in a forensic psych facility, Cat. What that mean? What that mean? It's impossible. It's impossible. She can't call you. You a lie. It is not an impossibility, sir. But okay, Mr. Go by the rules, Mr. Black and White. Let me see what else he said. Any calls coming from there gonna be followed with a pre-recorded announcement. She's like, but she ain't using the hospital phone. Now, sidebar, we all know these people got cell phones, cable, and everything else up in the jailhouse. Who don't know that? So why is you in here talking like it's an impossibility that this girl couldn't get a hold of a phone, Jacob? You need to hush. Okay, now we over here at Leslie now. And they over here kissing and carrying on, all hot and heavy. He still got his pow on his side. Okay. And she goes, what? Why'd you stop? I'm waiting on you to make good. You know what? I wish you would be waiting on me to make good. She already in here with you where you don't deserve to be. But let me see what else had happened. She said she was going to make it good. He said, no, beg. What? So what now? He said he wasn't. Hold on now. And I ain't know this man had said beg. Now, didn't I just tell y'all this sound like Baby Doll Man in Sparkle when he told her to crawl? See, he ain't had no business over here at your room, no way. But you let him in here. Now he in here telling you to crawl. Telling you got to beg him. Okay, let me see what else. She said, I know you. She was like, I know the heck you lying. No, girl, he not lying because he know you going to do it, beautiful lady. He know you going to do it. Hold on. You expect me to get on my knees and grovel? He said, I'm a man with pride. And if you want me back, you're going to have to earn it. He said, fame costs. And right here is when you're going to start paying. Leslie, why you still... Do y'all see this his way or her? I mean, what? What? Let me finish listening though, because John, the way I'm about to throw this phone. I'm so sorry, Mr. Marcel, sir. I'd rather live on land than at sea with the sharks. Shame on Barbara for not birthing a mermaid. He said, now, if you want a joke, I can kick myself out this time. Baby, the way I would have went over there and opened that door for you and told you, kick rocks. See you later. Hasta la vista. Mm-mm. I'm not, I don't know. Who wrote this? Who wrote this? Who wrote this? But go ahead. Okay, so then she settled down and she sit down. I apologize for disrespecting you. Genuinely. Okay. I mean, it means a lot to me that you want me to live with you. I've never met a man before that was ready to make that kind of commitment to me. He said, even when you was married? Why you gotta be angry every time he talk? But anyway, she says, oh, Alan. Yeah, he tolerated me. Oh, you mean like Malone is doing now? Because, girl, that's exactly what you're getting now. Tolerated, ma'am. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Because, girl, you are being tolerated right now after being drug around. So I done told y'all this what they like to do to the pretty ones. Like to bring you down a peg or two. Let you know you ain't nobody either. Mm-mm. 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 She said Alan tolerated her, and it usually felt like he didn't even really want me. You mean like Malone acting like he don't want you either, really? Is this just me to see it this way? But okay, go ahead. She said, with you it's different. Girl, how? She said, you make me feel likable. I'm sorry. When did he start making her feel like? When did he start making her feel likable? When he wasn't asking you on dates? When he wasn't calling you to check on you and your child about to die? When did he make you feel likable, Leslie? When he just sitting in your face grinning and laughing because he about to get him a little something, something? Oh, I cannot do this. This kind of stuff infuriates me. I don't like it. Okay, let's keep going. This is hard for me to watch, but okay. I don't want to lose that. He said that's more like, but ooh, I can't. Oh, I can't do it. I don't know. Okay, I don't know who wrote this, but child, if y'all meant to get on people's nerve, you got on mine. Okay. Woo. She goes, so does that mean that you forgive me? Leslie, girl, the more you talk, the more I hate I ever clicked in here to listen to this because I promised before the Lord, this is too much for me. Girl, it goes from bad to worse for me. The more you talk, the more it's on my nerve. 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 But anyway. Or do I need to remind you what will happen if you don't? Now he grinning like a Cheshire cat. Child, this man ain't deserve none of what you got going on over here, ma'am. Let me read some of these comments because, girl, I feel like that man. Charlie, let me throw this phone right now. That's how I feel. Sing Tina Turner's I'm just a fool. You know I'm in love. What you say? You ain't lying. You is a fool in love. She is. Something on my mind. Won't somebody tell me, please? Girl, Leslie, when I tell you I think this is literally probably raised my blood pressure just a little bit, this is too much for me. That's true because it happened to my cousin. She and her husband were separated 10 plus years. And when he went home to glory, she got everything. And the new girlfriend had to give up both luxury cars. Oh, yeah. See, that's the membership got its privileges. Not only that, even though she the girlfriend, your cousin could have walked in there and had her put out the hospital. She definitely could have her put out the house. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. You better hear me well when I tell you this, because I told y'all my family full all kind of players and all that, right? Sometimes men have a woman that they have done wrong and they know they've done them wrong, but they really do love them in their own way and they want them to have everything. And so they'll go out here and they'll cat around with these women. And because they intend for that woman that stood by him 10 toes down, putting up with all that bull from him, he want her to have all his stuff. That's what they do when they want you to have their stuff. If they don't want you to have their stuff, a man ain't got no problems with divorcing you, losing a couple dollars or whatever he got to do to be free of you so he can move on. Because they be feeling like they can get them some more money and they use it, can't. But one that's out here ripping and running and he still got a wife somewhere he been married to 20, 30 years, baby, he ain't intending to cut that woman loose. He not. You a fool if you think it. But you know what these women do now? They get their own life insurance policies on these jokers. They get stuff put in their name. But see, as the wife, let me find out he had put something in your name and he had paid for it. I'm coming to get that too. I don't know. I have to see how I feel that day. It depends on how you act. Malone, you ain't cute enough for that. Y'all now leave Malone alone now. He ain't got to be. I think that's the point of maybe putting this the way that they have, because this could have been any other men on the show. And this is not a bad looking man. Let's not get that twisted at all. But seeing that, I feel that at this age, and Leslie holding the way that she is, she could have anything she wants, that maybe they put her here so that maybe it does play up the fact that she's desperate and she will let people do her any kind of, because this happens in real life all the time. I'm telling you, man ain't gotta be the best looking man in the world to pull a woman like Leslie, even though Leslie is like above average. She's way above average for somebody at this age and still holding the way that she is. He's tripping. That's when I would have gotten my purse and my key. Yeah, I would have reached down in my purse and got my keys and hit the door. But then again, you wouldn't have been over here no way. Yep, Malone is quite full of himself. He is. He really is. But you know, why shouldn't he be? Isn't that what Leslie is letting him believe that he is? All of the things of the things of the things of the things. I think she is. I do. Kelly, as a friend of mine, separate. Okay, wait. Oh, wait. Maybe this is a different one. Let me go back up. Okay, yeah, it is a different one. Kelly, as a friend of mine, separated and never divorced her husband. When he passed, he had a separate in policy, naming the girlfriend as beneficiary because he had cancer and she took care of him. That's what I told you. That's what they do. People done did that too. Cars, houses, condos, all that. Have it in their name. Malone was a cold-blooded situation, but it was funny. And Leslie ain't even in love with him. She just desperate. I'd rather watch Leslie and Malone than Shanice and Non kissing Ted. Now, why you doing Ted like that? I don't know nothing about Ted is Non kissing. She got put out of the house and she had to give up her fur. That too. She claims she didn't know he was still married, but I beg to differ. Now, you know, sometimes they do be lying about they done got their paperwork and they ain't got no paperwork. So we don't know. All right, let's see what else had happened while I'm looking at these pictures. Okay, now we just covered Malone and her, and then Dani got that to the house, and her mom and them started giving her an earful. It was like, we need to talk while we over here, because they started talking about me. They was like, we don't need to talk about Naomi. We need to talk about you. You in this big Bill situation. We need to talk about that. Now Bill is over here clinking glasses and drinking his drink. And Hayley over here just, yeah, baby, drink that. Drink that. Now, did she get him to say that they was going to go to St. Bart's again? Because I know she was hugging him and all excited about something. Did I miss something? Because she was very excited. She was. Let me see. How much further down would this be? Because the girls came over. So let me look. Give me a second to see. Please. Okay, so they was talking about Dani. Okay, so Bill and Hayley. She said, you look handsome and delicious as the day I married you. Even better. I said, we celebrate the king's return to his castle. He said, you think this is a good idea? I'm not sure my doctors would approve alcohol. I checked the discharge papers while you were upstairs, and it says a moderate alcohol is actually allowed. So moderate will be this big glass of this you done pulled him. She said, who needs to be told how to exercise? Hold on. Let me see what she said. Moderate alcohol is allowed, and there's a stupid on-site gym program, totally skippable. Totally skippable. You ain't got to go up there on the on-site exercise program. We could do that at home. Who needs to be told how to exercise? Not you, baby. You so big. You is big. You is smart. You is important. You sure is. She's like, certainly not Bill Hamilton. He's okay. Would my wife like to make a toast? And she's like, yes, I would love to make a toast. To my husband, the light of my world, the man of our house, my everything. Here's to all the health and happiness and life you deserve. And again, what has Bill done to Hayley that Bill's life should be taken? See, for me in writing this, it would have made more sense if Dani was the one up to this. Dani's life is the one you ruined. You did nothing but improve this chick's life. Bill ain't put his hands on you. Bill ain't went off on you. Bill don't treat you no certain kind of way. You get everything you want. I just don't understand why she has such a vendetta against Bill. But maybe I missed that part. Anyway, he drinks up. And she's like, it's good, ain't it? He's like, oh boy. He said, I forgot how much I enjoyed a stiff drink. Yeah, because it's been what? It's been what, a week and a half since you've been in the hospital? You forgot? He's like, what you got in your drink? She was like, I add a little sweetness to mine. He drinks the whole thing down in one gulp. At least her glasses are crystal. She did have enough class to get crystal glasses, but then again, that's probably some stuff Dani left behind. Okay, now back to, hold on one second. Then we go back to Kat and Jacob talking at the precinct. So it was like people escape all the time from the jail, Jacob. Remember them guys last year from Louisiana? They was gone 6 months. He was like, girl, you be watching that true crimes. He says it's possible, but it's highly unlikely. Yeah, but it's not impossible. He's like, even if she did find a way to escape, Chelsea would have been notified immediately. He's like, then how do you explain her getting them phone calls then? That ain't in her head. He's like, there's no evidence that says that it's coming from Allison, though. Yeah, Jacob. He's like, but if it were, he said, it is possible that she got her hands on the phone, though. Thank you for admitting that. She says, people smuggle phones in all the time. It'd be the same thing for medical facilities. He goes, well, there's only one way to find out. So he picks up the phone and says, I'll call a facility myself. Yeah. Hello, medical facility. Could y'all go in Allison's room and see, do y'all see a phone in there? Like she gonna have a phone for y'all to just find up in there. Do you know how resourceful crazy people is? They got time to sit up and think of stuff, sir. But anyway. Okay, now we get back over here to Dani with her mama now, because I want to get down to how they done had to get her together. Because, girl, they had to get you together. She says, Bill and I finally figured out how to have a mature relationship. But it was nothing like when we were married. And his daddy was like, good. And her mama said, let's hope it stay like that. But sometimes extreme situations can rekindle old feelings. And mama, you ain't lying. And she thought back to that elevator when he was over there grabbing on all that thigh meat down there to the elevator shaft. She says, if Bill's health scare served as a reminder how fortunate I am to have Andre. He's young, he's energetic, and healthy. Her daddy said he treats you like a queen. And she's like, Daddy, I'm very aware. Besides all the warnings that Chelsea and Naomi is giving Bill, he refuses to believe them about Hayley. He spent all his time in the hospital trying to get busy with her. He will not believe that she is cheating on him. And then her daddy said, even if she is, how does that concern you? She was like, is it so horrible that I want an old friend not to be played for a fool? And her mama said, well, he wasn't very friendly when he did that to you. So what you in his business for letting him worry about that? Was he worried about him when he was doing it to you? She said, the past is the past. But my concern is, no matter how happy Andre makes you, Bill Hamilton will forever be your Achilles heel. Okay, so now Hayley's still sitting over here talking to Bill, old dumb self. Child, Bill, you dumb. You dummity dumb. But she's like, did you want that second round, baby, another drink? Or I can pop us some bubbly. There's champagne in the fridge. I guess what Bill is thinking is that she young. She don't know no better than to try to feed me stuff I ain't got no business. That's what you think it is, Billy Willie. Okay, then. He said, maybe in a bit, I want to call the girls and let them know I'm back home. And she says, I'm not in the mood to deal with them jumping right back into this ridiculous accusation about me. He says, I know you're not cheating on me with Sammy. She says, I'm glad to hear you say it. If only they knew it too. And to make up something so unbelievable, why would I want to trade in a Bentley for a bicycle? He said, I'm a Bentley, huh? This all it take. This all it be taken for you men people. For somebody be lying to you because they young and they got no clothes on while they lying to you because she over here half naked up in the line. Child. Okay. She says, you're at the ultra performance line. He says, what were you saying earlier? Something about a surprise for me? Yeah, she got a surprise for you. And she started kissing on him, but then good thing the doorbell rang. The girls came and busted all this up. And she said, ignore it. She says, they'll go away. He says, no, hold on. Wait, hold on. He says, oh, it's my girls. He starts smiling. It's his girls. They come in, and Hayley is immediately irritated. And she says, so much for calling. She can't stand you or these kids. She was like, so much for calling first. Girl, nobody got to follow no rules you putting down. They said, we're glad you're better, Dad. This is a more fitting place for you than the hospital. She says, Bill, I'll go get dinner. I'll go get dinner started, something healthy with some of them drops down in it, okay? He said, I was just about to call y'all. And she said, Ashley called and told us that you made it home, Dad. We're so glad you made it home. He said both the doctors, Dr. Wilkes and her, said that I could come home. He said, how you doing, Chelsea, baby? I know today is a big day. It's the anniversary of that crazy girl, right? She's like, I'm doing all right. I've already talked off Kat and Madison's ears. And he said, if you need to vet some more, then your daddy's here. And she's like, I know where to find you, Dad. And Naomi already talked to Tomas, and I let him know that Madison is not accepting Mike's settlement offer. And she's like, great. Her name won't be clear till she's found not liable in court. Now, let me see what else went on. So while they sitting there talking, he's talking about being out of the hospital and being in charge again, make sure everything stays on track, and that his junior partner sticks to their job descriptions. And they're like, okay, that's the dad we know. He says, this is Big Bad Bill Hamilton. He said, that's what they call me. Pretty Ricky. That's what they call me. And they said, Dad, you should stop. And he says, no, because I'm Big Bad Bill. He says, come on, look at me. Look at me. He said, I'm Big Bad Bill. Look at this. And he started flexing. Okay, so now back to Jacob and Kat. Allison is still very much locked down in the psych facility, maximum security wing. He said, the cell phone, the guard will search her room. Anything they find will be confiscated, and they'll call me and let me know. And she's like, okay, thank you. He said, I'll let you know, Kat. I also told them that to monitor Allison's use of the facility's official phone to make sure that she never contacts Chelsea. And then she hugs Jacob and she says, thank you, Jacob, for taking this seriously. Now, I know some of y'all think this means something. I hope it don't. I don't want that for Kat. I don't want Kat to be that kind of girl. I don't want Kat messing with Isaiah. I don't want Kat messing with Jacob. I don't want this for Kat. This is not who Kat is. Let's not do this to Kat. Please don't. But they ain't gonna listen to us. Now, Leslie and her man have worked up an appetite. Now they ready to eat hot dogs and shrimp. He said, I get a kitty meal and you get shrimp cocktail. She said, I know you're a simple man with simple tastes, right? So I got you what you like and I got what I like. He says, I like simple but grown. He says, give me some of these shrimp. He ain't want the hot dog and fries. She said, you know what? I ain't even about to repeat her and they're talking about this hot dog. Now y'all need to hush now with all that food. Okay, so now, hold on one second. So now Dani, Dani, I'm trying to figure out why you lying and carrying on. Dani said that she is no longer vulnerable to her ex. Andre is like an anti-Bill vaccine. Girl, you must have skipped one of your shots then when you was down there in that elevator because you was very much unimmune, girl. You was Bill was contagious. You're contagious, drive me crazy. Girl, Bill was very contagious that night. Very contagious. She said in fact, Bill is the one who's become weak. He refuses to listen to reason and let Hayley go. He let her keep cheating and bleed him dry. And Anita said, if and when the scales finally fall away from Bill's eyes, she says, I imagine that he'll imagine what a fool he's been and fall apart. And her daddy said, that's precisely where we don't want you jumping in. She's like, I'm not, Daddy. What is it, girl? Is you in denial? You already in the midst of this in between stuff ain't got nothing to do with you. You in there trying to save Bill now. And you think we believe you're not gonna run over there try to save him when he find out about Hayley ain't worth a doggone. And her name is Valerie. Okay. Her mama said, this don't mean it's your responsibility for you to piece Bill back together. Okay, so Bill says, I'm sorry that I made you girls worry about me. Hayley back there listening. He says, I got this pacemaker and everything's gonna keep me going a long time. He said, I never felt better. He goes to get up and he starts groaning. He's like, oh my goodness. He gets up out the chair and then stumbles over onto the other chair across the room. And he's whimpering, oh, and they're like, Dad, what's happening? What's happening? They start saying, he's not breathing, he's not breathing. And Hayley was standing around the corner listening and happy as a lark. And they was like, what do I do? What do I do? What are we gonna do? And they yelling and screaming. And then Hayley realizes that then we realized that Hayley was just fantasizing that all that was happening. And he's like, thank you for coming in here and saving me. Your old man will be here for a long time to come. And Hayley looking like, great, that's all I need. Because, ooh, she cannot stand you. She cannot wait for you to fall down and him can't get up. She can't wait. Because Hayley really believes that she going to get away with the perfect murder. She think it would be the perfect crime that she's going to commit for you, Bill. And then she's going to be the crying widow down to the funeral. But one thing about it, though, I know it's going to be nice. It's going to be a real nice funeral. That we know for sure. It's going to be nice. All the bells and all the whistles. We ain't even got to worry about that. Mm-hmm. Hold on one second. Let me read some of you guys' responses before we get ready to get on of here. All right, hold on one second. And thank you guys for hanging with me today on this impromptu, well, not impromptu, but kind of review, not review. I almost enjoyed doing the review this way because I just looked at the pictures and talked about what happened. What y'all think? Let me know. Okay, I'm sick of Bill's stupidity. We are. Snuff him already. Jasmine, why aren't you doing that to Bill? The kings return to the Tacky's castle. Y'all get those likes up. Let me hit the like button myself, Belinda, because I need to hit the like button on this device and on my other one. Hold on, girl. I'm about to comply. Hold on. All right, now we at 30. Okay, now we at 30, and then I'm gonna hit it on this one, and now we're at 31. All right, so I am in compliance, Belinda. I hit it on both my devices. So I like me, so I hit the like button for me. Also, I need one more person to subscribe so we could be at 2,710 subscribers. We'd be a nice even number, a nice 10. Right now we at 2,709. And I like a 10 better than that. I do. Even though you could divide it by 333, but can we just do, let's just go and do the 10. Somebody go and subscribe. You know you love me. And of all of this for messy $10 million, chump change for people in these circles, child, they give it to me. I guarantee you I'll make that money do things. I would. I wish Bill would switch up the glasses. But see, that's why she put that little stem in hers and not in his. But maybe Bill will find out and start doing that. Because Bill is that kind. That would be soapy, right? That he finds out and starts switching drinks on her. He don't say nothing. Because I told y'all, every time y'all find out something, you ain't got to go run telling people stuff. Sometimes you need to be quiet. But then again, wouldn't he be? Well, no, because she been doing it to him. And if by chance she drunk her own stuff, because she the one put it in there. Dani, nothing but lies. She lying to her mama now. I don't know nothing. I don't want Bill. I don't want him. I don't want him. I don't want him no more. Just lying. Say it again, Anita. I was hoping for the same thing. Coretta, I don't know. Bill needs some street smarts. Bill is blinded by beauty and youth. And he needs to believe that this young girl thinks he's the sexiest, hottest thing in the world. And I only got eyes for you. But fair trade ain't no highway robbery, though. I told y'all. I've heard that, for my Southerner family. Fair trade is not highway robbery, meaning that if you get her for her youth and for her good looks, and she gets you for your money and what you got, and she want to get your stuff when you gone, everybody you trade, you got what you wanted, she got what she wanted. Everybody grown, long as we already know what we trade. Bill is like poison ivy to Dani. It's all over her body. She just itching and don't even know it. Side note, what happened to Bill's private investigator? I don't know, but it ain't no good one. Linda Bynes Barnett says the private investigator was hired to investigate Lynette and stopped when she disappeared. Here's the thing. If you was investigating Lynette, how did she disappear? Didn't you see her when she went in the hotel with Randy's man? Didn't you see her when she ain't come out no more? I'm just saying. Will this storyline ever come to an end? I don't think so, because you know why? This is the storyline that never ends. And it goes on, my friend. Some people started singing and just thinking that it was, and they continue singing it forever just because this is the song that never ends. And it goes on, my friend. That's how this storyline is. We thought it was gonna be over, but it ain't over. Baby, it ain't over till it's over. It ain't gonna be over. It ain't gonna be over. Well, gatekeepers, that's it. And this is where we're gonna leave things today. We didn't do our traditional scene by scene recap tonight. We just talked about what happened and looked at these pictures. And, because I can remember what happened by the pictures, but if I have to hear all the dialogue, and I was trying to get ready to get out of here today, so I missed a few things. But in looking back at it, I was able to catch it. But what did you think stood out today? I know y'all gonna say the same thing because we didn't learn nothing today. We did not. Let me see what's gonna happen next time. Hold on. Let's see what's happening tomorrow. Let's check out tomorrow's. How about that? Let's check out tomorrow. Hold on. It's a good group for the recap. Thank you. Okay, cool. Because I like reading y'all comments, really. So, we may be making some change. Okay, so Tuesday. Heather toys with Martin. Okay, so tomorrow we pivoted. Heather toys with Martin and Smitty. Vanessa is ready for a major overhaul. Vanessa is ready for a major overhaul. Of what? Of what? June boisters Tyrell. Okay. Andre confronts his past. We know that's Heather. Chelsea projects her panic. And Randy has an intriguing update for Joey. That's all about Heather. So let's look at this. Tomorrow is about Heather with Martin and Smitty. Vanessa's ready for a major overhaul. So that's about Vanessa and Heather. June boisters Tyrell. That's a throwaway. Andre confronts his past. That's about Heather. Chelsea protects her panic. Okay, so that's going to be a throwaway. And Randy has an intriguing update for Joy. So really tomorrow's episode is about Heather, Vanessa, and Joey. It is. But we'll see. Maybe it'll be laid out differently. Wednesday. Dani hunts for answers is cut short. Mona hustles Joey. Carlton has an unexpected run-in. And Ted has heavy words for Nicole. Heather lashes out. Thursday. Bill has a proposition for Naomi. Tomas leans on Eva. Nicole and Kat clash. Isaiah confides in Jacob. Ted hides the truth about Andre Friday. Anita wavers on a big opportunity. Vernon jumps into crisis mode. Hayley harasses Naomi while hustling Bill. Smitty unwittingly incites anxiety in Chelsea and Kat. Elon has disturbing news for Jacob. Okay, so they ain't even gave us no clue as to when Bill gonna be peeking in this window. So Randy has an intriguing update for Joey. So maybe it's tomorrow because Randy is mentioned. Because we don't have no mention of Hayley. Well, Hayley hassles Naomi while hustling Bill. Maybe it is Friday because that's on Friday. So it's either tomorrow or Friday. They probably gonna make us wait till Friday because they know we want to see Bill looking that window. Baby, why would they get that to y'all on a Tuesday when we know that's a good cliffhanger on a Friday? And that's probably where they're gonna leave us hanging is Bill looking in the window on Friday. Y'all may as well be ready now. You already know they don't give you too much. They don't give you too much. I'm just saying now. Hayley is some kind of evil. They need to bring this storyline to an end. Haven't we suffered enough? What more do you want from me? In the words of Tyrese. This is a good groove for the recap. Thank you. Linda says thank you. Please hit the like button on your way out. And thanks for joining us. Jasmine says, please don't get her started. Please don't get her started. She ain't for the bull. All right, y'all. Before we get out of here, let's take a minute to thank the Mod Squad and the gang.
Belinda Hill, KB Mommy, Bilo Didi, Elaine T, Cousin Linda, and the Radio Maniac. Thank you.
Thank you guys indeed. And I appreciate all of you. Hey, to the replay gang, don't forget to leave your comment. Who knows? You might be in our spotlight, replay gang comment spotlight, which is always a good place to be because it makes you a part of the live broadcast. And you like that, right? I know you do. I know you do. And thanks to all of you who are down in the chat and those of you who come over here and join me on a daily basis. Don't forget, if you've not subscribed to the channel yet, to do so. It's free to do so. Also, don't forget to hit the like button for me if you enjoy what you heard over here, because that helps things as far as YouTube is concerned to find me in the algorithms. And I want to be found. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like being lost. I like being found. Let the people find me, honey. And but anyway, that's it. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's different kind of recap. I hope everybody will have a great evening. And again, thank you guys so very much. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And I hope you're having a great day. And if not, remember there's still some time left. Why not see what you can do to turn it into one anyway? And I'll talk to y'all later. All right. Bye. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Bye, Miss Myrtle. Bye, Linda. Bye, Jasmine.
Okay, that's it for today. They're closing the gate, so I've got to close this door until tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye.